I will admit, the Venom movies had their problems, but I still enjoy them. And this movie does get rid of a lot of the problems that the Venom movies had, or at least tones them down. When people complain about the Venom movies, they complain about the campy dialogue and kind of the clunky script. And for the most part, this does not have those problems. The story of these was probably the best we've gotten in this Venomverse. I will say, the story is definitely better than Venom. And this covers somebody who really enjoyed Venom. But the way the story is told, the way it kind of plays out, makes a lot more sense than it did with Venom. At least with the way the film is paced, the way that it's edited, they're definitely fixing a lot of the issues that the other films in this Sony-verse, whatever it's called, are being complained about. This definitely is a very unique comic book movie. It really stands out because it's supernatural, but also a bit of sci-fi as well, kind of mixed with horror. And the parts of it that have a horror tone really harken back to old monster movies, like old vampire movies, old creature features, where you're kind of scared of what's in the dark and just kind of the mysterious tone to everything, just kind of the overall creepy, mysterious tone. Really harkens back to those, but updated with 21st century filming techniques. And the CGI effects in this movie are great too. This is some of the best CGI I've seen in a comic book movie. It was absolutely seamless. I was just amazed by what they did with CGI in this movie. I thought the action was well stylized, engaging, and fast-paced. I was really engaged with the action. I thought it was really fun to watch. And the main character, the way they write this Morbius character, he's very easy to root for and sympathize with. And some of the ways that they play around with the vampire myth, they kind of change it up a little bit, I thought were really creative. What they do with the vampire stuff, what they do with the myth and everything with that. Now, Leto doesn't give an amazing performance, but it's not as bad as his Joker performance in Suicide Squad. I think with what he got, he did a decent enough performance to at least make you care about the character and root for him. I think he did the best job he could. But the standout performance in this movie is Matt Smith. He is really creepy and also brings a lot of fun to this movie as well. I really enjoyed seeing him in this as a huge Doctor Who fan. And there are a couple of little lines of dialogue that may or may not have been intentional references to Doctor Who, but I'm going to leave you to figure those out when you see this. But Matt Smith's performance just absolutely stole the show. Like, he is able to be really creepy, and he also brings a lot of fun to the movie without being, like, super over the top. But you can tell he was having the time of his life in this movie. He really gave it his all. He really had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun watching him. And I'm not going to spoil the post-credits, but I will say this. I am very intrigued as to the direction these films are going to go. I'm a bit more interested in the next movie, which I think is Kraven. I think Kraven's the next movie. I'm a bit more interested in that movie now, just to see what they do with it. And if you weren't a fan of the Venom movies, this probably isn't going to win you over, but for me, it had just the right amount of just the right ingredients to be entertaining. So I would give Morbius an A-, a 9 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars.